Hi guys, it's me, Rusty78609, Central Texas, USA, making a fashion statement in my Fruit of the Loom t-shirt. I know y'all are very impressed. I am. But anyway, I had a comment from Rhonda100, and she came up with an idea for me on a video, and I'm going to do it right now. And it's for you new guys. As you watch me pick my nose, it's itching. So, I've been RVing for 25 plus years. I've lived in an RV for 30 years, okay? I pulled a travel trailer all over the western U.S. and different places for a number of years. And so I do have some thoughts about them. And for you new guys, I remember when I started out, I knew that much because I didn't have know anybody that had an RV or had ever had an RV for that matter. But anyway, there are some things you need, basic stuff. Sometimes the dealer, if you're buying a new one, sometimes they give you a little kit that's got a lot of stuff. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just give you a $25 credit to their parts center, and that's it. And if you're buying a used one, of course, it'll come with most of the stuff you need, but a new one, you may have to start from scratch. But anyway, Rondalyn says, is it possible for you to do a vid on buying and using a sewer hose and whatever accessories I need with it? She's says for a small trailer when you get yours. I've recently purchased a used 14-footer J-Code J-Flight Swift 6145RB, and I've never used a sewer hose. I will have to drive an hour to the closest Camping World and like to have some tips and on knowing what all I need to operate my new little trailer before I make the trip to Camping World. If you could run through any accessories you think I will need for my trailer, that would help this newbie RVer a lot. Thank you very much. P.S. How come you aren't taking your info signs in your new trailer? Because there's no place to put them. It would help people know how to get in touch with you through the mail. Yeah, well, you know, we'll work that out. Anyway, back to what you'll need. Some basic stuff. In fact, I just ordered some stuff yesterday, or excuse me, 2 days ago, that will be delivered today for my new RV. And I'll tell you what I ordered. A 15-foot drain hose that hooks up to your little septic thing with the connectors. You'll get it with the connectors already on there. And I'll tell you how much it costs in just a second as soon as I get to my Yahoo Mail, which sometimes takes some time to come up. But anyway, I did order a 15-foot sewer hose with the connections because you'll need them. Let's see, here we go right here. I got a Camco. It's called a Rhino Flex. You can get any kind you want, but I recommend a 15-footer. Why? Because that's a pretty good length. You know, you get, if you get a 25-footer, you know, you can get different lengths, but a 15-footer seems to work pretty good because sometimes the RV hookup or the septic hookup is 3 or 4 steps from where your hookup is, so you'll need that. And what else? Let me get to my inbox here. And also you're going to need a water hose that is for drinking water. Okay, you don't want to use a garden hose. They make the ones that are especially for RVs. Get an RV water hose, and you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money on those either. You can get, I got two actually. I got a 25-foot water hose and then a 10-foot water hose, and I also got one of those little things that you screw on to the faucet, you know, where you're going to hook up your water hose. They make a double outlet thing, and when you hook it up to the water spigot at your campsite, you'll be able to use 2 hoses if you choose to, okay? And what I mean by that is you can also hook up a 10-foot hose, and if you're going to be there for a few days, you can use that 10-foot hose to wash your shoes off, or, you know, to rinse things if you want to. And so that kind of comes in handy. But anyway, the Camco Rhino Flex 15-foot sewer hose, it's a hose kit. It includes the swivel fitting, translucent elbow, because some RV parks and state parks and national parks and places that have a septic hookup, there's a thing that you put down on there, a cap to keep it from letting the odor out. And so if you order that one, again, it's a Camco Rhino Flex 15-foot RV sewer hose kit. Cost you $32.93 at Amazon. And I ordered 2 of the 25-foot 5/8 inch. They're called Taste Pure drinking water hose. They're lead free. They're Camco, C-A-M-C-O, and they're $9.97 each. You can get better models that cost twice as much, but if you're just using your RV for camping or whatever, like I do, then that's fine. But I have a better hose here at my home base. I mean, if you're going to live in it, you might want to upgrade that hose a little bit. And then another thing I got was what they're called. It's a Camco brass water pressure regulator, and it screws into the end of the hose, and then it also fits onto the spigot or outlet at the campground. Okay, and then that regulator, that little water pressure regulator, will keep the water pressure around 40 pounds for your RV, and so if they have a spike in water pressure, it won't cause any hose damage in your RV. Other than water hoses, the splitter, where you can hook up 2 hoses, you may not even need that. I just do that because I know that I use it every now and then. I've been out on the road enough to know that. And other things that you'll need, of course, the interior stuff, all the things that you'll need to secure your stuff. In other words, you've got a refrigerator. You'll have to remember to lock it so that the door doesn't come open. But another thing you can do is you can get a bungee cord and fix it so that it helps hold those. If you have one door, it's not a problem. You just hook it up and use a bungee cord. If you've got 2 doors, do the same thing. I always put the bungee cords on because sometimes those little locks don't work worth a crap, and the door swings open and all your stuff's out on the floor when you get to the campground. But anyway, if you use a bungee cord, another thing you can do and should do is pack something in there so that the stuff that's on the shelves in your refrigerator, it's all going to fall over and roll around if you don't pack something in there in your refrigerator. And what you can do, you can use a towel or a couple of towels and kind of pack it in there so the stuff won't fall over and won't roll around inside the refrigerator. That helps a lot. Anything that's going to be in the back, like anything in the bathroom, you can just put a towel on the floor of your shower, and then put your stuff on top of it, and then put another towel on it and kind of roll it up a little bit, because that stuff is going to take a beating. Okay, and as far as your glasses and stuff, just be sure that you pack stuff into those cabinets. You can use pillows or whatever you want to use, so that when you're pulling down the highway, that stuff's not bouncing around and hitting the door, and eventually it'll pop that door open and all of it will fall out right on the floor, and some of it, if it's glass, will break. So that's just some thoughts. Okay, now as far as what else you need to buy, now as far as going to a Camping World to buy stuff, that's up to you. If I were you, I would just order it from Amazon and have it delivered to my front door, okay, because you can order it cheaper, and then if it's something you decide you don't want, you can ship it right back to Amazon, no problem. Okay, Camping World's prices are a little higher, in some cases a lot higher. What else do you need? You're going to need a level, and what I recommend is just one of those little bubble levels. Cost you about $2 maybe at Walmart. It's just a little round. Let me show you. I've got one. Hang on. This one I've got inside is actually square, but I've got one in the truck that's round. You see this right here? It's got, whenever you set it down and it's level, there'll be a bubble that'll be right in the center of this little hole right here, 0. Okay, and when that bubble is right dead in the center, you know you're perfectly level. But if you're about a quarter of a bubble off, don't worry about it. You're never going to get it perfect. And it also depends on where you put that level. Where I put mine, that seems to work best, is I put that level next to the kitchen sink, okay? Because that seems to be one of the more level spots inside the RV. Now outside the RV is not going to be perfectly level. It's going to be twisted a little bit because that frame does give a little bit. So, you can drive yourself insane trying to get it perfectly level. That's up to you, okay? Me, if it's a quarter of a bubble off, I'm good to go in that one spot, all right? So that's all I got to say about the leveling stuff. Of course, you know, you can get you if you want to, if you have the screw down jacks, you can get you a 12 volt a drill and get one of those fittings that fits that nut on the screw down jacks, and that way it just takes a little work off. You can just screw it right in. Also, that little 12 volt drill will come in handy for other things, because as you're using an RV, there's going to be, you know, the drawers and the doors, or everything. You know, everything's going to start coming loose. Okay, and here's something else. I want to mention this to you. If I can find my note, here it is. Yeah, this is. I got this tip a long time ago, and I just thought of it, and I was going to do a short video about it, but I'll just add it in here and forget it. Whenever you, if you have screws that are coming loose, whether it's on your door or your drawers or, you know, whatever, and you want those screws to stay in there permanently tight, you can buy what is called Loctite thread tightener. All right, and it's like a glue-like stuff. You put it on the screw and then screw it in there. I promise you, that'll stop that crap. And what else? That's about it to get you started. And then, you know, you don't have to buy everything up front. You know, just get the basics. Get your water hose, get your drain hose, and then later on you may want to get you I'll show you. Well, I don't know where it is. Well, yeah, dude. Hold on. I gotta get some more stuff. Okay. Thank you, Google. Thank you, Google. I hear you. I was really prepared for this video, wasn't I? But anyway, this is the little toolkit I got with my Black & Decker 12 volt drill, and it's got, of course, got a lot of stuff in it, but I've added some stuff, and this is something you may need. Hey Google, stop. Anyway, this is the plug you need. See, this is the 30 amp plug that fits in here, and then this will fit into a regular wall outlet. You know, because some places you go to won't have a 35 amp hookup. Okay. So these come in handy, you know. But you only need to acquire that when you need it. Another thing you might want to get, if I can find it here, yeah, is this right here. This didn't come in this kit. I just put it in there. But this right here, this is a 35 amp. Yeah, just set it on the patio. Thank you. Anyway, this plug right here, same thing. Okay. But you can, because sometimes you go to an RV park, or not an RV park, but state parks, and they just have this kind of outlet, but you've got this kind of outlet, okay? So you can buy these, and that's just an adapter. These are the things that you end up acquiring as you've been out on the road a while. That did not come in the Black & Decker kit, but it's in there because I just wanted everything in one place, okay? So that way when I pick up my little bag, I got all my little tricks in there. So anyway, having said that, I know I've loaded you up with stuff. But again, the basic stuff: drain hose, water hose, and then that water pressure regulator. Those are three things that are pretty much mandatory. As to some of the other stuff I've mentioned, you can pick it up on the way. And then the tips you're going to learn, the things you're going to learn the hard way are keeping your stuff from banging around as you're traveling down the highway. Even on the highway, you don't have to worry about being out boondocking and having issues. Because the road's rough, your stuff's going to be banging around as you're going down Interstate 10 or Interstate 40 or whatever interstate you're on, even though they're relatively smooth. You know, it's doing this and, you know, all kind of stuff. And so your stuff is really, can be taking a beating. So be sure your TV is secure. You know, if it's on a wall mount, good luck with that. Otherwise, just put it on the bed and cover it with some pillows. You're good to go there. And you can put a lot of stuff on the bed and cover it with a quilt or something, or a blanket, so that it won't move around much. And so that when you open your door, when you get to your destination, you don't have a lot of stuff rolling out on the ground, okay? Or you find your ice trays on the floor. I've ever done that? Yeah, I've done it all. I mean, I've opened the door and had beer cans roll out on the ground, and both refrigerator doors open, and the ice trays on the floor, okay? Enough said about that. But anyway, those you learn the hard way, okay? And but bungee cords are going to become your friend, so you might want to get a little package of those. And, you know, that's about it. And also get you some... get you a little variety pack of fuses that fit in fuses for the RV. You can buy that at Amazon. You just type in RV fuses or something like that, and you'll find it. And that'll cost you about $8 for a little box of those. You may never need them, but when you do, you need them bad. Okay, so I always keep fuses around. They work. It's just good to have them. So having said that, I hope I helped you, and if you need some more info, just leave a comment. Anyway, thank you. Adios, amigos. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, bye, bye. USA, maybe you can. Drink plenty of water. Stretch, walk, do all that stuff to keep your health, or otherwise you ain't going to go RVing. But anyway, thank you, Ronlin, for your comment, and I hope for you new RVers that I've given you some information that might help you. Anyway, adios, guys. Bye-bye.